understand that poetry is an art, just like when you draw and when you sketch and when you do all of this other stuff. So it's a form of self-expression that we really appreciate. So we hope that you all appreciate also. We got our featured artist here tonight, Lyrical. He has... I definitely want to say this before we get started. I definitely appreciate Lyrical. He is the first poet to come in and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it. And I was like, okay. Because he took control of it and because he understood what it means to be a feature. And him doing that got some great results. So I think that's pretty cool. He even taught me some things on how to better promote myself. Lyrical said he ready to set this thing on fire, y'all. So if y'all ready for some Lyrical, let's show some love. What y'all doing? Yeah, let's show love.
Thank you. Man, I honestly was just going to come in and start trying to do a poem, but I'm too happy right now with the amount of familiar faces that are here. Like, holy shit. Thank you. All my friends for fucking coming here. This literally fucking means the world, dude. Like, I don't know if I'm nervous or excited right now, but I'm going to try to give this my fucking all. My mind is racing a mile a minute. I feel like I've finally reached the limit. How far can I go? What's the distance before I break and end this existence? Trapped in my head within a world so scorned. Feasting on the drugs, the violence, the porn. I want to escape, I feel so torn. Lost in this maze of roses and thorns. Drowning in guilt, trip after trip. Gasping for life, just wanting to live. Trying to salvage my relationships before they sink into the abyss. But how much longer can I handle this? I'm on the verge of calling it quits. Losing my balance, beginning to slip. No sense of control, so sick of this shit. Think this and that. I've lost my focus. Eating my insides are the locusts. This world's so fake, it's also bogus. What's it gonna take before we all scream, fuck this?
Rewind.
What's it gonna take before we all scream, fuck this? As mindless drones, we've fallen victim, stuck to our phones, it's so damn sickening. And just like a fly, we're waiting to die. Glued to the paper, we meet our demise. Shoving the future down our throats, swallowing it whole till it makes you choke. Shit out the past, cough up the present. What the fuck are we doing if we don't make a difference? Because worthless have our lives become. Behind the limelight we grow dumb. Memories lost in the blink of a snap. As we chat away moments we'll never get back. Looking elsewhere than within ourselves. Absent-minded, empty shells. Seeking a heaven while living a hell. Faking the smiles, we're so overwhelmed. More likes, less love, all text. What's next? The social incompetency to really connect leaves us unhappy and more depressed, forming an overstimulated inferiority complex. Where you're blind as a bat in the middle of a crowd. No one can hear you, no matter how loud. Muzzled by man like a chain-fenced hound. Below the facade, 6 feet underground. And from our awards for mediocrity to our disguises inefficiency. Just open your eyes and you'll begin to see we're more lazy than we could ever be. But the pressure's rising to conform, so we must fight back against the norm. Before we ingest the chloroform of the manufactured and misinformed, we must embrace who we are. Don't just be above the bar, because anything less is subpar. So push yourself no matter how far, because limitations are your weakness to what's locked within your genius. So rest on that until you're sleepless, as the why this leaves you speechless. Thank you. That's the first time I've ever run part back before. Thank you. So that was called The Metamorphosis of Madness. I wrote that throughout the majority of 2016. It's also featured on Charleston Poet's website. And it ultimately marks the beginning descent into my depression over the past 3 years, which has undoubtedly been the darkest times of my life thus far. And I'll get more into that. But fortunately, it introduces us, it brings us to the manifestation of and an introduction to lyrical. How do you cope with depression when that's all that wants to set in? never knowing what you're doing with your life until you question everything about the system, why the innocent are victims, locked away in their thoughts where their mind is the prison, full of countless stressing, wondering where they fit in, never knowing if this is hell or the heavens, or the high water lesson where your life is testing every ounce of your strength, hoping that you don't give in to those who sit around with no drive, no ambition, pretending that they're living, even though they're slipping away by the minute, tripping on what they're sipping, always whining and bitching how they're never winning, while I'm grinding and grinning, steady striving and giving it everything I got, cause my mind's not on a mission, not to be the one wishing he embraced what was given to him as a gift for you to live, love, and listen. Thank you. So that's self-explanatory title. It's called The Introduction. And yeah, I wrote that at the early 2017, and introduces you to me as an artist and my mantra to live, love, and listen. As you may have gathered from these first two pieces, the majority of my content tonight is pretty heavy. Because it's ultimately a reflection of what these past several years have been like for me. I tell you that because I do finally believe that I'm climbing out of that darkness. Thank you, love you too. But I wanted to share this content because as it helped me, I hope none of us know what the next person next to us going through, because it's really easy for a lot of us to mask one of these, a smile. It's really easy for us to do that. I mean, whether it's your loved one or anybody. So I'm sharing this stuff because if it resonates with just one person, I've done my job. I think, I hope I've done my job right. Yeah, speaking on reflections. Actually, I was looking for water. I'm getting a little parched. Anybody got an alcoholic drink or something?
I do.
A little water?
I have one of those tea.
That's a marathon.
Thank you guys. Damn, so helpful. Okay. What do you do when you've lost yourself? When you look to your friends and they're no help? So you sit there staring back at the mirror, wishing the reflection would show you someone who cared, but between all the cracks and the acts that you put on, just to get through the day in a place you know you don't belong, where your life seems wrong and no one sings along to the same tune you've been singing far too long. Try to get them to hear you, but they don't want to get near you, cause everything comes crashing down, making them fear you. Whenever someone tries to get close, you just leave a big hole gaping in their heart, cause you lack the kind of self-control needed to feel a connection longer than sexual tension, even though you mention you're not really into spending much of your time out of line from the goals you have in mind. Yet they get it twisted, expecting things to be different, like I'm gonna switch up my way of living so it benefits them, when they clearly have it all wrong, but somehow it's still my fault. So go ahead and blame me, cause I've already dropped the ball with the way my pain likes to play its games, steadily losing with every move I've been choosing, just leaving bruises on the ones who love me. So I have excuses to write another poem on how I'm ignoring everybody around me, soak up their feelings till emotions start pouring from the tip of my pen as you listen to the tears dripping onto the pages where my life ends, cause I finally decided to bite the bullet and write it, no longer fighting for life that don't give a fuck about me dying. I'll take plenty of hugs after this, though. Yeah, so just to take our foot off the heavy gas pedal for a second, I'm gonna switch it up. Still introspective, very introspective, but yeah, just to switch it up for you. This one, this is I think the first time I've done this out. This one's called Runaway. I should have run away with you. Instead, I ran away from you. Like a train off its tracks, unhinged, I turned my back, out of control spiraling, your sight of me frightening, this side of me you finally see, this monster I'm ashamed to be. And to think you once loved this creature, for all my loco motives and imperfected features, my flaws and disasters, a derailing chapter of life where you only mattered, but gave it all up to be a fucking rapper? When you're the one I should have chased after, a dream I can't unshatter, but hope to one day claim a new fate and wash away the pain as we simply run away. That was about one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life. And I don't really too much believe in mistakes. I think this whole life thing that we're all going through is all a learning experience, man. We make good decisions, bad decisions, and we learn from them. And you keep growing. But that one I do think was a mistake. But yeah, that one's called Runaway. So the next one is just part of a song I'm working on. It's a verse, but to keep things switching up, I just figured I'd share it anyway. It's kind of some arrogant vibes.
We love it.
And,
Get it.
yeah, so it doesn't have a title or anything, it's part of the song, but here we go. It's fascinating y'all call me crazy, but you still tune in to try to hate me, cause you're jealous of my overzealous confidence, but can't admit you're lacking what I'm packing in every single action I take to make sure all of you fakes don't make the mistake of undermining how great I am with the bars, always pushing how far my tolerance for incompetence approaches the edge of my intellect. Before I blow a gasket, put you in a casket, then bury you 6 feet next to the maggots. In this industry, a bunch of mini-me's claiming to be the next big thing, like their ding-a-ling ain't smaller than my pinky ring, and while your girl ringer rings my line every night, cause she knows what time it is when I come lay down that pipe. Like Mario, working up the cardio, break a sweat, get her wet, then do it all over again. Followed by breakfast in bed, like the gentleman mama taught me to be with every queen of the earth, giving birth to the ones with the worth to be kings and do amazing things with every word. So before you think about throwing a curve, better check your nerves and run back this verse. Yeah, I had to really work on that ding-a-ling pipe. Like, if you're gonna use that in something, I had to really work on that. Craft that one. So, glad y'all think that. So, yeah, this last live one, I figured I'd give an ode to what got me here. It's a piece that Georgia was emphatically excited to hear when I first performed it here. And she managed to capture the video for me, which I really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you for hosting. And this one's called Quarantined. Y'all look at me like I'm the freak. Got very few friends who believe in me. Even family thinks I'm the crazy one for chasing all these outlandish dreams. But nothing new to me, always end up being the outcast with the bad attitude who's rude for spitting the truth outside of the booth. Hell, even this song's bound to offend you. And you wonder why I stay secluded, never want to be included or invited to the party cause I've become a reclusive, recursing my rhyming and refining my writing until I'm redefining what it really takes to be fighting for everything you believe in, daily battles with demons as I drown in depression, struggling to keep breathing. But you gotta keep going no matter your omens, and doing so with nobody knowing is when your strength starts showing. Cause take it from me, I'm the fucking geek everybody treats like a damn disease. Quarantined for standing up and speaking out and never backing down as they try to rid me of my very thoughts and beliefs. But no one's gonna stop me, not even being cocky. I just know there's only one me, no other copies. So get on board and show support for everyone who's not the norm. Sacrificing our lives, showing you there's something more to yours. Always torn between being selfish and helping others. The middle of a perfect conundrum is where you're gonna find me. Always unwinding the unpleasant parts of paradise that puzzle me about life and how unnecessarily complex it is to be a simple human being. I said life and how unnecessarily complex it is to be a simple human being. All right, now to that moment you've all been waiting for. But before I do that, I really want to thank SE Poets for inviting me to do this, man. This is an incredible honor. Like, thank you so much. This has been the world. Thank you, I don't know if the owners are here, but the staff is here at least. Thank you, Chill and Grill, for allowing this community of people to gather here. I know it's a very beneficial outlet for a lot of us, so thank you for that. obviously, thank all you motherfuckers for coming. This means the world to me, man. A lot of artists, a lot of newcomers, a lot of onlookers. It's just, the energy is real tonight. Thank you. And then, thank you to everybody that was part of this project, because as you're about to see, it was quite literally not possible without them. So thank them. Some of them you may even see here tonight.
Okay.
But lastly, I'll ramble just a little longer. Just to give you a little, I delivered a lot of content, but a little bit with me is anybody who knows me or knows my work knows I put everything into this. It means the world. I'm an extremely passionate person about my art and about life in general. And, so much so, a little backstory, I was laid off my job several years ago. Fuck that job. He's right. You're right. Fuck that job. You're right.
You get money.
Right, fuck that job. So yeah, I was laid off my job 7 years ago. I left one of the most amazing women to have ever loved me to pursue this. And
Friends love you.
yeah, thank you. And I'm like fucking extremely financially broken out. But prior to all that too,
Worth it.
fucking right, it's worth it. Prior to all that, I managed to overcome lymphoma. So this is not a hickey. This is a scar. Just for anybody who wants to know. I mean, it can't be hickey. Whoever's into that. But I don't share all that stuff out of pity. Out of pity, man. I share that because I hope. After you've digested what I've had to deliver tonight, that if you feel it in your heart, you want to contribute to the evolution, the success, and the direct continued creation of the art itself, then please see me afterwards, because any donations would be really grateful, as this is all I do now. It's how I feed myself. As you're witnessing, the first time I've worn sleeves in a while. And some of you know. Yeah, I know. I've been ordering. I stitched these on today, actually. This is a brand new shirt I just designed for. This is actually the cover of what I'm about to show you. So I've also got that purchased. And everybody that's involved in this project, I made these specific postcards of everybody involved. And I'm gonna give these to you guys. And anybody who wants to buy one, they're $3.
I want 4.
Cool. All right, you get 4. On the back it says, "Here's to those who made this." Go once, go twice. Sold.
5. We got 5 right here.
On the back it says, "Here's to those who made this one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life. Thank you." Yeah, that's that. I got merch and all that stuff. So
You're amazing.
yeah. Thanks, Dan. So. Thank you. Thanks, Josh. Oh, by the way, that man right there, I'm just gonna put all the spotlight on him. He is one of my wonderful fucking friends. He's also the singer and guitarist in our band Noisy Boys. While the rest of the Noisy Boys are here too. Ben Howard's on the drums. He's our drummer. This long haired motherfucker back there is Mike Cashwell. He's another musician. Yeah, so Noisy Boys are in here tonight. We got merch and all that shit. So anyway, oh yeah, by the way, lyrical. But without further ado, I present to you Beautiful Pain.
That was beautiful. Y'all give him another round for that. I read a lot of it, so it was like, I fucking love you.
Thank you. Yeah, so if you look around the room, there's quite a few of those participants actually in here. So thank you so fucking much. That it really meant the world to me. Being able to showcase that to everybody. I knew I had to treat this shit differently. So I did it old school and took it to the streets. So please, I don't have a marketing team or anything like that, or a promo team. I do all of these designs and the videos and writing myself. So I really hope it's in your hands if you all to please share this when it comes out tomorrow, because this means the world for it to make the impact that I hope it makes. Anyway, if you want to be on my newsletter, come see me afterwards. And again, I have merch and whatnot. So, and again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, SC Poets. And I go by Lyrical. Thank you.
That was really cool, yeah. That was dope. Damn, shout out to Lyrical. So, we gonna keep this thing moving, y'all, because we got a lot of other poets and artists in the building tonight. Let's show love to everybody that's already been up tonight.